that on the wrong screen to start off. Welcome to Tidy Up Tuesday. Had to do a little tunes in there to get started. Welcome. Hello, friends. You've already said hello, and I love the thumbs up. Thank you. Thank you. Gina, Carolyn, Judy, Diane, Mary, Martha's here, Ruth, Sandy from snowy Colorado, Sandy, Mary, and Lorraine. Welcome to Tidy Up Tuesday. And this is a Tuesday that I have been wanting to do again for a while because I feel like craft room organization, much like all organization, is really a process. It's really about creating systems. It's about finding the things that work for us. It's about tweaking and getting rid of stuff. How are you guys doing with your purging, or should we say destashing? How are you guys doing with that? Finding things like we talked about last week. Where can I point to those guys right there? I'm still working on it. As you can see, I've got most of them empty, but I realized those weren't working for me. So what is working? That's what I want to talk about today, because like I said, in this process, right, it's all about finding the system, the thing that works for you. And once that clicks into place and you go, yep, I use it over and over and over again, then we really kind of get into a pattern. We get into the habit, right? Remember how important habits are for us of keeping ourselves organized where we can find things. So that's kind of, that's kind of my big overall goal for this whole series, is just kind of having a space to talk about what works, what systems can we put into place that help us keep our things organized. Because you guys know, for me, it's just as much fun to organize as it is, and find the right container, find the right way of putting things away as it is actually crafting. I mean, I do have to say that's kind of true for me. So, woo, boy. And welcome. Let's see. Susan's here. Connie's here. Deborah, Margarita, Janelle, Jen, G-E-N-I-E-L. Janelle. I'm going to say Janelle. Welcome. All right. Amy's here. Julie's here. And Julie says she hasn't cured any hoarding tendencies yet. Yeah, kind of have an issue with that too. Although some things, I have been able to. Anna Marie's here. Welcome. Karen, Susan, Mary, Marcia, Courtney. Hello. So if you are looking for other ways to find me, I always like putting up this card so you can see these are my places. These are the people. These are actually not the people. These are the link. I keep seeing, all these people. Hello. These are all the places you can find me. So a lot of times people say the number one, where can I shop with you for Creative Memories products? Whoop, links right there. Where can I find you on Facebook? Links right there. YouTube. Link. So it's all about Craft Some Joy. If you kind of just Google Craft Some Joy or Lauren Hinds, you'll find me. And Instagram. And most importantly, Amazon. So I was actually just updating compliments of Cherie. Cherie, I always say that because it's my cousin on my brain. Sherry, yes. In the pop, I think it was in the Pop Crop or somewhere, said, hey, Lauren, can you give us some of your favorite dyes and where we can get them? I did that today. I spent some time going through Amazon, going through my own personal orders, and I added those to my Amazon shop. So see how can I point to it? Right here, right there, that link. And it's in the description of this video. It'll be above you on Facebook. There's a link, and below you on YouTube, there's a link right to my Amazon shop. So I have three categories. I have craft room organization, and now I have stamp and die, my favorite stamp and die collections. And then also printing and cutting at home. Those are kind of my three main categories. So I can give you just, kind of, if you want to see what have I bought, go look. That's what I've bought. Some of my favorites are there for you now. So I'm excited. See, Sherry, yes, you are welcome. You are welcome. And I went through and I was like, oh, yeah, I bought that. I bought that. It's all there. Some of my favorite brands, Sizzix, Echo Park, let's see, Lawn Fawn, just the ones I was able to find. So now that I know I can find a lot of those, then you can always go shop for them, and then see where the best price is, of course, and then, but you'll have an idea kind of what I look for. And here's the interesting thing. I'm like most of I'm mostly a scrapbooker, less a card maker, but I do occasionally make cards when I have time, which is not often. But when I look for products, when I look for dies, I always have scrapbooking on my mind. So a large part of my collection is, of course, alphabet dies, because I'm a font girl. I love my fonts and I love alphabets. And so I love looking for those. And then things that I can layer with, as again, layering pieces, things like that. So whenever I'm looking for products, it really is mostly for scrapbooking. And then, of course, there's also amazing dies for card making, but I didn't get into that. This is mostly just a curated list of what you can use to help you scrapbook. Okay, so yay! All right. One thing I wanted to mention right off the bat. Woohoo! I kept telling you about it. I kept teasing you about it. And so now it is out. The cat is out of the bag. The link is active. It is time for the Paper Crafters Get Organized Summit. So if you like the idea of getting organized and want some other perspectives, there are 27 of us presenting at this summit, and some of you have already started watching, which is amazing. Thank you. Thank you. And this Paper Crafters Get Organized Summit is now underway. So I wanted to explain a little bit about it, because this is the first time on Tidy Up I've been able to talk about it. So I'm going to share my screen and let you know on my website at craftsomejoy.com. I actually put all the details because, some of you might listen and want, be able to see it here. But if you want to go read and think about it, it's all here too for you. So, like I said, just on my craftsomejoy.com website, I have it all linked on my landing page, so you can read more about it. So here's the thing. There is a free ticket, okay, which I have the button you can click and free ticket. The free ticket, this is important, will run Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So you can watch the videos that are loaded on Friday, on Saturday, and on Sunday. Those days, you have 24 hours each day to watch the videos for that day. And that is all free with your free ticket. But as soon as you say, give me my free ticket, you're going to start a timer clock. And so this I really want you to know about. The timer clock, let me come back to you here. The timer clock will give you 30 minutes. And for 30 minutes, you will get a chance to get the VIP bundle for $39. And what is the VIP bundle? Basically, that unlocks the videos for you to watch starting right now and anytime. So you don't have that set 24-hour period that you can watch those videos. You can watch them whenever. And then it also gives you a VIP bundle with a lot of downloads and classes and different things from some of the presenters. Full disclosure, I missed the deadline to include my gift in the bundle. My fault. I was a little just trying to get, I was creating something new for you. In fact, what I created were digital yearly markers for you to load into your camera roll on your phone. And what I mentioned is that if you, and so I did a kind of a live explaining this, but I just want you to know it too. If you signed up for the VIP bundle through my link, I still want to give you that gift, but you have to email me because I have to attach that gift and email it to you. So you can reach me at lauren@craftssomejoy.com. All you have to do is say, hey, Lauren, thanks for the freebie. I signed up with your link for the VIP bundle. And so I will be happy to send that to you because I just feel bad. I missed the deadline. And unfortunately, they said, sorry, we can't add you. Okay, so still you get all the other free bundle freebies, but then you'll also get mine just as a perk, just because I want to do that. Okay, so and I hope some of you have started getting those emails back. Some of you have already emailed me saying, hey, I want that free those free markers. And so I just give you an attachment and email it back to you. So yay. Okay, so what else about, paper crafters. So just as a quick wrap up, the way that works then, after that 30 minutes, the price goes up to $59 and you will never see the $39 again. That's really clear. They made that really clear to us. So unless there was some kind of a glitch, that you're with your credit card or whatever, you can email them back, info@papercraftersgetorganized.com, something like that. The link is there, and work with them. But other than that, the price jumps up. So just something to think about. If you have the time and you want to do it for free, just make sure you plan out your schedule to be get your free ticket, be there Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and you can watch them in any order. Technically, I think that's the way it's supposed to work. Now, I signed up to do a live Facebook on Saturday, but thank you. Who was it? Someone said, Lauren, you're not on the schedule and your video is not showing up until Sunday. So I've asked them about that. I haven't heard back whether I am still supposed to do that live. I did sign up for it. And so my video was supposed to be posted on Saturday, but for the free ticket, just so you know about that. I'm still working on it. So my video will be, how about I say this, either on Saturday or on Sunday, if you get the free ticket. But you guys can always know, you can find me here too. Okay, let's talk about organization and my favorites. And one of the things I want to mention, let me come back to the right screen, is that just as I was talking in the beginning, really organization is about creating systems. And so what I want to share today are some of my favorite things, my favorite finds for creating systems that help me organize paper, my stamps and dies, my ink, embellishments, and then just some other favorites that you find in my craft room. Those are the big categories. And this is going to be a little bit of a review. But I think it's good to have it all in one place. So let's start off first with paper. And this is just a little craft room. That is not the right video. What happened? What happened to my video? Hold on, I gotta go find it. I think I was moving things around and somehow, where did it go? Oh dear. Okay. Where did my video go? Oh, it was just right here. I just had it. Well, okay, so let's come back because my video That's not the right video. I can share my messy craft with, with you again if you want. But let's just say, okay, what I was going to show you is my paper wall right here. And I do have a video. Oh dear me. That is not my paper video. So I okay, one second. Let me grab something. I'm going to just put this here. Let me grab something that I can just show you up close and personal. Okay. Because this is the real deal. These are the favorite finds. And I'm going to knock my okay. Knock my I'm going to do some bumpy stuff here, so I don't want to. All right, I'm back. Hello. Okay. So, behind me, paper storage. Let's talk my favorite system for paper storage, and it has been like this for probably a good 10 years. This is how I've done my paper storage. And I've refined it a little bit. Can you see it? Can you see my folders? There we go. There we go. I've refined it a little bit over the years. But for the most part, it has stayed the same. And somebody asked, oh, where did you get those angled? Those are Recollections cubes from Michael. So those are all the, different cubes that you can put together. I did that kind of a whole video on that. So those are the 16 by 16 cubes. So the whole top row is mostly cardstock, printed paper by color and cardstock. And most of those I use two organizers for. I use the Papa Bear organizer, paper organizer, and the Baby Bear paper organizer. Now, here's an example of how I switch things up, right? And I used to use, and I still have them linked, I used to use what we call record sleeve covers. And so a lot of these are still in record sleeves. Let me grab one. Okay. This is the record sleeve. And so it's been in here. And of course, one of my favorites is the Avery Ultra Tab. I always have a stash of Avery Ultra Tabs. So the paper, when I have like a color and I go, I really like that color, I want at least 10 sheets of that color, I separate that out and put it in the paper sleeves, the Baby Bear. Basically, a Baby Bear means there's no gusset on the bottom. It's just a very thin sleeve that holds the paper. But of course, I'm always looking for new stuff. So what I found were these sleeves, which Kylie actually is the one who kind of turned me on to these. And I started looking again, and I found them here in the US. These are also non-gusseted, just little thin 12 by 12 pockets, and they do have a flap. I usually don't use the flap. I usually tuck the flap in. But if you want something a little bit sturdier, this is what I've moved to. So I don't order the record sleeves anymore. Actually, what I'm doing is whenever you buy a bundle in my shop, on my Scrap Some Joy shop, you get it in one of these record sleeves, because that's a good way for me to keep my bundles together. So you get a free sleeve when you buy that. But what I've moved to for myself is I bought a whole stash of the Baby Bear sleeves. So anything that's a very small collection. So I would say like a 1-piece or a 2-piece collection, like a paper pack, a pack of solid paper, anything like that goes in the Baby Bear. Then the Papa Bear are the Creative Memories Power Project folders, which I will always love and adore. Okay, so these are the great big pockets. And this is where, if I want to organize all of my scrap, well, some of my scraps, my different colors, you can see exactly how much, I'm going to turn this towards me a little bit, exactly how much these Papa Bear folders hold. These are the Power Project folders from Creative Memories. So this is greens. I have one of these for each color. So cardstock, miscellaneous colors go in my big Power Project folder. Then if I have a stash of one color, it goes in the Baby Bear, which is just a simple non-gusseted sleeve. So that's my system. Cardstock, two folders. If I've cut it and it's a good size scrap, it goes in my Power Project folder. And of course, you know that I also have, I forgot to bring it over here, for my smaller scraps. Ta-da! My smaller scraps are in my little CM box by color, and they go in here. So I could even look at this green box. I started that before I started this box. But if you want to destash some of your thickness, you know, on these big Power Project folders, like some of these smaller greens like this in here, can't find it right here, like these guys, this would be perfect to put in my little scrap box. And Rietta shared, I don't know if you're here today, at the Pop Crop, how she also even took a embroidery floss organizer and took a lot of her scraps and punched them. So she not only has like a scrap box, but then she has like a layering shapes by color box. And that's how she got rid of a lot of her itty bitty little scraps, which I thought was brilliant. Such a great idea. I think she said someone shared it on the advisor page. So you could do that with some of these if you wanted to go the extra step, and instead of keeping these little guys, punch it, and then you have a shape ready. Okay, but I love just keeping it right here. So then I have the exact color. For me, I like looking at my page going, what shape do I need? And then getting the color that I need and then popping it in a die. Okay, so so we've talked about Papa Bear and Baby Bear cardstock. The next row down is all my paper by season, spring, summer, fall, winter, and then my holidays go in there, and then after that it's by theme. So I have a travel section. One of these cubes is a travel section. One of them is kids. One is celebrations, you know, etc., etc. And so what I find is sometimes collections come in different sizes. So there may be a collection that I absolutely love and I want everything about it. And I don't know if I have one of those right here. Let's see. Yeah. Party time. Or no, here, this one. Polar lights. So polar lights, I had to put in a Papa Bear because I wanted all the things. So I have the matte cards in the front pockets. I usually do the embellishments or doodads up here, the paper, and then if it has border strips or if I've made a border, it goes in the back pocket, and the stickers. So Papa Bears hold larger collections. They also hold themes like Halloween, 4th of July, celebrate birthday, Easter, you know, whatever that, like, so if I took a bunch of my old collections and wanted, you know, they weren't, you know, they were miscellaneous pieces, I put them together in a Papa Bear folder and labeled that by category. Okay, so let me see. Here's one. Winter, right? So there's a winter category. And then, sorry guys, frog in my throat. We all know that the Papa Bear tabs have the tab on the top. And so I've mentioned for a while, I turned it on its side, and then I didn't like the fact that everything was on its side. And so I found these are shelf liner stickers. And so I mentioned this again. I have to go grab that too. So this is just like a major show and tell. Where'd I put those? Here, right here. These are also linked on my Amazon page. And these are like shelf, I think they're called shelf liner tabs. So I keep a little box, and these, so you can see exactly what they are. And then they have this adhesive on the back, and it is strong enough to stick onto the side of the Papa Bear so that I can see, so you can see all those tabs behind me. I wanted something on the side that was long because I have big writing and I want to write it big and I want to be able to see it. So these just stick right on. I don't have much come off the side, just an itty bit. See, most of that sticky part is on the front of the Power Project folder. So that's how I label the sides of my Papa Bear folders. The Baby Bear and the Mama Bear, which we haven't talked about yet, all get Avery Ultra tabs, which they are forever in my labeling kit, along with my favorite pin, which these are due in today, so these will be back in my shop. I see how much you guys love these pins as well. I love this pin for all my labeling. And then these are the Avery Ultra tabs. I keep a stash of these always at hand in my box as well. So I have my little labeling box ready to go. Okay, so Avery Ultra tabs go with, I'm going to just grab a drink here. Avery Ultra tabs go with Baby Bear and with Mama Bear. And you were able to see on my Marsh Green paper how I used that here, the Avery Ultra tab. And then let's talk about Mama Bear. Mama Bear actually has two different products that I like to use. I'm going to put this in here before I knock it over. Okay. And I meant to grab those as well. Let me grab it. Okay. So, ta-da. Here we go. I just was putting these together. And I need one more bin over here. All right. Okay, so here they are. These are Mama Bears in use right here. Okay, so this is the gusseted medium. You can see the gusset right there. See? So it holds a little bit more. Mama Bear paper storage. And I haven't put my Avery Ultra tab because I just got this collection and popped it in here. But you can see I haven't organized my embellishments yet. Those are going to go in the sleeves. But then the tab will go on this. Here's another example of Baby Bear. So I just got this in as well. This is the Totally Tonal Pink. It's a two-piece, so it's going to go in the Baby Bear, because remember we talked about taming the bulge. You got to tame the bulge. So as little of a pocket as you can is how you want to store your paper. But then there's collections like this. This is Jazzberry. I love Jazzberry. So again, this is in a Mama Bear, and here you can see how I just put the Avery Ultra tab on the edge of the Mama Bear. Okay, so, and then I use different, typically this is how I have my embellishments. I store them in the scrapbook sleeves that have the little pockets And those are also linked on my Amazon page. Now, the other Mama Bear sleeve is, so this one is closed on 3 sides. I typically like this for my paper wall because nothing falls out. This is the Power Simple sleeve from Creative Memories. And this is another Mama Bear sized sleeve because it has a gusset, but this one is open on 2 sides, as you can see. So what I've actually been loving to use these for, as you can see here, is for page planning and for other things. And I did another video kind of sharing all different things you can do with these sleeves. But after my power layout, I love grabbing the the next set of pages. So this even has photos in here. It has a border I wanted to use, and this is my next 2-page spread, all in a Power Simple sleeve, and that makes it really easy to kind of know what my next collection is, ready to go. So that's Mama Bear. So we have Baby Bear, Mama Bear, and Papa Bear sleeves. Okay. And Ruth, that's a great question. The Avery tabs do not work that well on the Papa Bear sleeves, in my opinion. I think that has been an issue for a lot of people. They my Papa Bears get pretty thick, get a lot of bulge. They have more of a bulge. And so I just wanted something that was going to have a better stick to it and be a little more durable. Does that make sense? So, I know, carbonated drinks on a live video, right, Carrie? I know, just I'll have to mute if the bubbles come up. Okay. So, oh, and Linda's like, I have 2 Power Project folders full of polar lights. I know, that's a great collection, isn't it? You could always, here's what I would do. You could try using the Avery Ultra tabs on the Papa Bears and see if it works for you. But for me, I was kind of, they would flick off too easy. That was for me. So that's why I found these little guys. I just wanted something a little more durable that I could really just stick to that folder. And those seem to work well. They, if you knock them really hard, they'll pop off because it's, all the folders are plastic. Oh, before I go, I should also mention these are some of my favorite finds. Also, these are the Totally Tiffany paper organizers. And there's another one. What's the other brand? There's another brand that I have linked on Amazon. And I think you can find the Totally Tiffany on Amazon. I love these because they have little handles. And sometimes these do get heavy, like when you have them full of Baby Bear sleeves. So you can just grab the handles, like if you're moving them off your counter, as I am, makes them a little easier. So there goes Mama Bear. And those all sit, I think I showed this when I was talking about labeling. These all sit in my cubby just down here because my system is when I get a new collection, I want to be able to put it away. Just like the new ones I was sharing here, I can just grab that Baby Bear folder, grab my Avery Ultra tab, write the label, and then this is actually, since this is a color collection, this is going to go right there in my pink slot. Okay, so this will say Totally Tonal Soft Pink, and then it'll just sit right on my shelf with my pinks. Okay, so I have the system. Does that make sense for paper? That's a lot. And I know I've gone over paper several times, but those are the favorite finds. That's the system. And when you get a system that keeps working for you, that's, I think, when it really clicks in that it helps. Okay, so let's see. Okay. And Gail is a horizontal storage. Yeah, we talked a lot, Gail, about horizontal versus vertical. And that's what you guys really need to figure out for yourselves is what kind of a what kind of storage do you like? And I tried horizontal for a long time, and I am finding, for some reason, I really am drawn to vertical. And so most of my own personal systems are moving away from horizontal into vertical systems. And you'll see that in some of the other things I'm going to share with you too. So, okay, let's talk a little bit more. And Amy says she loves her pens from My Favorite Pens. Those will be back in stock. They're coming in today. So sometime, as soon as I get them, I'll pop them in the shop for you. Okay, so let's talk again, systems. Paper. The next one is stamps and dies. And so stamps and dies, I was channeling my inner Carrie. I had another photo here. I'm telling you, I don't know what happened. I was having some technical issues. That's what happens. It always happens. Do you see my beautiful new black Sizzix? Oh my goodness. Can I just tell you, I'll tell you what I did. And this is something good for you to know. So listen up for a second. But before I tell you, just make sure you can see in the background of this beautiful black Sizzix switch, I have these bins, and that's my die storage back here. Okay, so those are the clear bins, and I have talked about how I have my dies stored. Same system. Here's what I want you to know. So when I was in Oregon, so I'm really into die cutting, and I'm really into helping you get your hands on some amazing die cuts too, which are now in my shop. So I needed to buy a second switch because I need, I see some creators, I'm like, how come they have 6 Cricut machines? Well, now I have 2 die cut machines. I went into Joann's because Carrie said, you can go into Joann's, and sometimes they have a sale on the Tim Holtz black Sizzix machine. And I was hoping when I was in Oregon, because Oregon does not have sales tax, so that's an instant 10% savings for me, that they were going to have a sale, and they didn't. And so I was thinking, oh, bummer. So should I get it? Is it worth it? Blah, blah, blah. Carrie got such a good deal on hers. It was on sale. Should I wait? Blah. And then I remembered that Joann's price matches. So I went in and I asked, I said, well, do you price match on Sizzix machines? And so she called her manager at this particular Joann's I was at. So you have to check with your Joann's, because everybody's a little different. And her manager said, yes, even on the Sizzix. So I showed them, I said, how about scrapbook.com? Scrapbook.com was having a sale on the Tim Holtz Sizzix machine. But of course, if I had bought it on Scrapbook, I would have paid sales tax on it because they have to ship it to California. So that's why I wanted Joann's to price match it. And I didn't have to pay for shipping, and I didn't have to pay for sales tax. And they price matched. And then they also had, Joann's did honor on the Sizzix a $15 off. I think it was $15 off a purchase of $75 or more. So, Carrie, how did I do, my friend? I got the Tim Holtz for a screaming deal because we price matched, got the $15 off, no tax, no shipping. So I felt like I did it really well on that. So keep that in mind if you are in store for some place like Joann's, and a place like scrapbook.com is having a sale. Ask them if they'll price match it. If it's a better price, see what they say. That can help you out. Okay. And Belinda said, everyone needs my favorite pens. Right? Okay. And so Belinda, your daughter lives in Portland, so she gets like, what a deal. I loved Oregon because there was no sales tax. So, okay. So what are the die storage? I wanted to give you an update. My favorite, these vinyl sleeves, still my favorite. I've talked about these. I use these for both my stamps and my dies. and they are still a favorite find. And this is linked on my Amazon page. It's a little bigger than a 5x7. And then I found some magnets that I really liked, and they immediately sold out. And I ordered another set of magnets. This is, again, die storage, and I didn't like them. And so I went back to one of my favorites, which is Marietta Magnetics. There we go. And looked for the thinnest, what I've decided for magnets for die storage. This is now my new favorite. So I've relinked my new favorite magnet sheet. It's these. They are the 5x7, but they are the 20 mil. They're thin because guess what? These hold just as well as the 30 mil, and they take up less room. So again, favorite find is for dies, the little magnet sheet. You put your die on here and then you slip it in the vinyl sleeve, and then you get your label maker and you label what's up here. So can we show you again? Here we go. Here's that video. I mean, that picture. I'm going to make it big so you can see. Do you see my bins? And then the dies are on the magnets. And then I should also mention the dividers are the comic book dividers, and I just had to order myself a whole nother set of comic book dividers, which are these guys. Okay, and this gives you a nice tab. You can cut these down to size, whatever size you need, and then put your label up here for whatever collection you're working on. Okay, so with removable, okay. Let me see. How big are the containers that hold your dies? Okay, so I'm getting questions on dies. So hold on one second, friends. So let me go grab a couple things. One second. Let me show you my systems again. Okay. Oh, these are so heavy. Okay. That's okay. Let me bring my cart over here too. So systems. It's all about having the right systems. Okay. Here we go again. Okay. Comic book dividers. These are plastic, cuttable, easy to cut. Magnet sheets, Marietta Magnetics. The vinyl sleeves, my favorite. I love the way they feel. They don't rip or tear. And then you can put your labels on the top. Okay, so this is the bin that I use. I'm going to try to scooch it over this way. These are from Target, the bathroom section. Okay, look at Google on Target bathroom bin. Now there are other bins that will work. The little iDesign or M-Design bins also work. But I have found you can put 4 of these bins in the long recollections cart, which I had at one point. I had them all there, and then my die collection got a little too big, and so it's moved over by the window that is in the picture I showed you. So now I have probably 8 of these bins with my dies, and so I like to organize my dies the same as I organize my punches, the same as I organize my paper. Spring, summer, fall, winter. And then then it goes by category. So I have Christmas and I have sentiments and I have all my alphabets. Yes, a lot of alphabets and shapes and nesting, you know, all that good stuff. But these bins are from Target. And what I like about these is that they're taller than the I design or M design, and they are exactly the right size for the vinyl sleeves. Like there's hardly any extra room in here. So they come in clear and it's your personal choice. And they also come in frosted. I had started with the frosted and then I found the clear. So my stamps are actually in the frosted and my dies are in the clear. Just because I had already started with one. And then I'm like, oh, I really like the clear. So now I have both. Okay. So my stamps are in the same bins, same system. Okay. So this is a stamp set, a stamp and die set actually from Close to My Heart. I love their stamps and dies. And again, the same vinyl pocket. But what I do for my stamp sets is I cut the top off, and I have a whole video on this. I cut the top off, and then I use that thumb notch. And remember, we talked about how you can just put a piece of paper, and then that thumb notch punches through plastic really well. And then it all fits right here in the same size pocket. So this is a seasonal stamp. It says summer on it, so it goes in my seasonal. Again, the comic book dividers labeled with the label maker. The other little fab find, which I still adore, you'll see my stamps are on this. So I kind of more am a person, I don't necessarily go by brand, but I go by how I'm going to use it. I want to remember what I have, how I'm going to use it. There's a few exceptions, like with alphabets, and I can do that another day, that I subcategorize. I have alphabets, but then I have subcategorized by company, because if something goes on sale, I want to know how to find it. And so I can go directly to that category. Okay, so the one thing extra I wanted to mention is what I have those stamps on, and that is another fab find, and that's these 8.5 by 11 dry erase sheets. And so this is my favorite size. It's by Apostrophe Games. I'm pretty sure they're going to restock on Amazon. I know Donna was mentioning she actually contacted them and said, we need some more. So she gets the 5x7s, which are perfect for this. You can also, if you have 6x8 stamps, so some of us know we have the larger stamps, like this one. Okay. That's what I love the 8.5 by 11s for, because I will cut one to size for the large stamp set. If I can get it out. And then I take the remainder and I cut it for the smaller stamps. So I can get 2 backings from each 8.5 by 11 sheet. Okay. I can back for my larger stamp set and for my smaller stamp set. And then you can see you just have that little piece that's left over that you can save or toss or donate, whatever. Is just a little extra piece. Okay, so that again is my absolute favorite. And you can see this is another. So do you guys know Close to My Heart had a stamp sale last month? So I kind of got some more alphabet stamps. Didn't I need that? But again, I love getting things that help me scrapbook. So these are just dry erase sheets, and I'll take the stamps out just so that everything fits in the same type of organizer. That's the system that works for me. And I put the name and the maker up here, and then I put it in the sleeve. Okay, so if you want more on stamp and die storage, I did a whole Tidy Up Tuesday on how to cut these, and how we went through the whole thing. But these are still a favorite find and a favorite way of organizing my stamps. Okay, dies, the magnets, comic book dividers, and you can see, so I can cut these smaller for this one. Like, these are smaller. I just cut those down for my little bins from Target, and I leave them bigger for my 6x8 bins that are in my cart right here. Okay, so those are bigger. You can see I still have some to label because like I said, it's a system, and as I go through, I think, oh, I want to kind of add a category, I want to add something, and then I change it up. So I got to get my label maker out and get over there. Okay. Okay. I have questions. Let's get to your questions. I know so many questions, right? And then, yeah, Cindy and Julie having the talk about Evernote, right? That is, Julie did an amazing video for us on how to use Evernote in the pop group. So if you are a member, make sure you watch that. And so she goes through all how to organize, how to use Evernote as a way of organizing your craft supplies and knowing what you have. And oh, and Terry's scanning old photos. Yeah, we talked about that too. Awesome. Okay, so let me look at these questions. Okay. Okay. Do you use the We Are Memory Keepers project cart with 6 removable trays from Joann's? The We Are Memory Keepers project cart. Oh, I know which one. I have been thinking about getting that one, Vicki, but I don't use it yet. I know Mary Smith, who helps me run Pop, loves it. I know a lot of people who love it. I just don't know where I'd put it just yet. But I have had my eye on that cart. So it's kind of a tiered cart, so you can put different projects in there that you're working on. Right now, what I'm finding is the cubes from Recollections, or the Simply Tidy cubes that have all the slots in it, and I've shared that before. There's one cube that has all these slots, and I really like those for organizing my projects as well. So it's kind of the same idea, but not exactly the same cart. But I have a weak spot for carts. So Sherry, I hope you see, these are not, the stamp and die bins are not in my Amazon shop because these are from Target. So you look up Target and look up the bath bin, and this is the medium bath bin from Target. I think it's called, do I have it? This one says bin with handles on the bottom. I'll see if I can. Oh my gosh, it's so heavy. Bin with handles. Okay. Sorry, I can't hold that up very long. But you can tell they're really heavy duty because that's a lot of weight. The metal and the magnets in there is a lot of weight. Okay. So I'm hoping if I missed your question, pop it in there again. Let's see. So Belinda says, do I only use the 5x7? I hope I answered that question. So I do have 6x8 sized stamp sets. And this is a different pocket that I use for those. And I still use these guys for my both sizes. Dies though, dies all fit in the 5x7. I have like maybe 6 dies that don't fit, and they're just in a little other container. Okay, so okay, so I have stencils that I store. I don't use stencils as much as a scrapbooker, but I know that there's some and there's some videos in the paper crafters get organized who do a lot of stencil organization, and I believe they use a notebook system. And that makes sense to me. You know, I have my templates, my scrapbook templates, way back there in those black notebooks. That's where I put my templates in the fill and file sleeve, the big pocket in those notebooks. So hopefully that answered that question. And what size, Belinda? What size is the tag holder for the larger stamp set? Are you looking down here? Is this what you're looking at? This one? This is a 6x8. So this is a Heidi Swap stamp set. That's another favorite. I mean, show me a tag or an alphabet that I can resist. I don't think it exists. I love tags. I love alphabets. So this is a Heidi Swap set. It's a 6x8, and so it is on, again, the dry erase board, so that the stamps just come right off, and then it's in the larger vinyl pocket. So yeah, there has to be there's 2 sizes for that. Okay. Now, and Sherry says she already has them in her Target cart now. I love it. Hey, drive up and go, easy peasy, right? That's the way I do it. I'm going to share something else you might want to get from Target. So hang on, because I just picked mine up from Target too. They have them on Amazon as well. The Bright Room. Yes, thank you, Diane. The brand is Bright Room from Target. I love their bins. Okay. Lori has a question. Looking at my Amazon list, I have clear Post-it notes on there. What do you use the clear ones on? I just love them. It's just because they're a fun find. They are not necessarily for anything, but I always keep a stash of Post-it notes, especially if I'm using my border maker cartridge or I'm using my trimmer, and I have a small piece of paper, or if I just want to make a note. They're just fun. They're just fun. Okay. So good question. They're just fun. Sometimes you got to have just fun stuff. Okay. Yeah, and Cindy says she just got her first set of Simply Tidy bins and drawers. Yay! Card stamps, fabrics, baskets. Oh, and purses. We can't get enough. You're absolutely right. And shoes. Terry, add shoes. Okay. Yeah. Oh, okay. So I have not started. Marlene has a question about wood block stamps. I haven't started that project yet. So I can't answer that unless maybe somebody else knows how to remount the wood. I think we talked about this. I think there's a video out there. Somebody did it. And what to use for that. So I'm going to defer until I try it myself, on how to take care of that. Okay, I do have a few other things, and I know I could sit here and talk, favorites all day because I have so many favorites, but I do want to share a couple other things. So stamps and dies. I hope we talked a little bit about that. So there's stamps and dies. Oh, did you see that picture I just flashed at you? Oh my goodness, this is my newest exciting thing I just did. Here's what I learned. Okay. I love the Tim Holtz Distress Oxide. I love Tim Holtz Distress Oxide so much. I pretty much have the entire Distress Oxide collection. And so I had to find a holder that held the Distress Oxide. And as you know, if you are a stamper or love ink, they are a little taller. They're kind of chunky. They're square and chunky. And they needed a special holder. And I had these ink pads in 3 different places until I brainstormed this idea. Actually, it was yesterday, and I thought, I gotta do this because it was driving me nuts. I want to just mention those ink pads. So those are right here now. Did you see? Could you tell where I put them? Let's talk about where they are. Um, and Sherry, I use inks I stamp a lot of titles, or I love alphabet stamps, as you know, or like little sentiments, little words. If you watch any of my album shares, you'll see I just use them in little bitty places, or I put them on layering shapes, because I love the look of ink. The Grand Canyon road trip, I think, and the Glacier, my 2 album shares of the vacations, I did a lot of stamping in there. Oops. 1:01 p.m. Okay, thank you, Siri. Okay, so Tim Holtz is kind of one of my favorite Distress Oxide. What I needed though, and so this is more for you guys who love your ink and love stamping. I needed to find a vertical storage solution. Okay. What I had originally, I had them on a wall. And then what you'll notice is I don't have a lot of wall space in my room. So I moved them from, they were originally kind of where my filming station is now, stacked up, all 6. So it took 6 of those holders. Those holders are from scrapbook.com. They're plastic, so they're not heavy. Stampin' Storage does a beautiful, I love Stampin' Storage. You can see my punches are in Stampin' Storage because they need to be heavy in storage. They have a beautiful Distress Oxide holder as well, but it's heavy. It's wood. So I opted for a plastic that was going to be lighter. I moved them from my wall because think of 6 of those. That takes up a lot of wall space. And I put them in my drawers. They actually fit, those holders fit in the new Simply Tidy drawers, the drawers that I have down here. And then I read that someone said she was really upset because the Tim Holtz containers, so Tim Holtz has Distress Oxide containers that you store the ink like this, right? Which is what I had in my drawer. They were stored like this. And then she read a blurb from Ranger Company that says you should not store your ink like this. And that kept weighing on my brain because I'm like, oh no, I'm storing all my ink like this, because you can put the labels on the top, on the side, and then so when I looked down, I could see all my colors, all my labels. And there's a download where you can get all of these too. Just Google it, all the distress colors, and then you just print it on sticky paper. Okay. So what was I going to say? Not to store your ink like this. And it kept bothering me. And so what I ended up thinking was, so this is my tip for you. Where is a space in my craft room where I can have vertical storage that is not wall space? So now that I've made that whole introduction, let's take a look at that photo again. Are you guys ready? Okay. So as you walk in my room, the photo on the left, this is one of the Simply Tidy carts. Remember I was talking about all those shelves? There's a picture of it. So that's like my, all the different projects. So in that's kind of my quote memory keeper's cart. And I said, oh, look at that nice big blank wall. Let me just measure. Hmm. So turns out each one of those towers, those plastic towers from scrapbook.com, is 5 inches wide, and the Simply Tidy cubes are 16 inches. So 3 towers fit perfectly. So once again, the Simply Tidy cube, this is the tall one with all the slots in it. And I used another favorite find, Command Velcro. So guess what? These I stuck on the back of those holders, and I put 2 long ones and 1 short one at the bottom. And I have a photo of that, which I don't know what happened to that photo. Hold on. I was supposed to show you that one too. And used those Velcro. Yep, I lost it. I used the Velcro tabs to stick them on the side of the Simply Tidy cube. So now that I've explained that, let's take another look at that picture. Does that make sense? And you can see my little cart in the second photo. That's it, all filled up. 6 towers, all stuck on the side of the Simply Tidy cart with Velcro. Now, what's wonderful is that, yeah, it was really about use of space, because they are not a very deep craft room item, but they need to be stored horizontally, right? They need to be stored horizontally. And they, let's see, I was just trying to find, they need to be stored horizontally and in a way that you can actually see all the colors, all the names, and all of that good stuff. Okay, so maybe that might give you some ideas on how we decide on what goes where in the craft room, because I felt like that was a lot. So 15, that was 30 inches of wall space that I originally had to take up. And like I said, I don't have a lot of wall space. Not to mention, like 30 inches of wall space like this. Well, these are, 16 inches deep. That's a lot of storage. But these ink holders are only like 5 inches deep. So to store these on a wall may look pretty, but unless you have wall space beyond galore, that's not always the best use of space. So think about when you are looking for, let me see, I'm just going to share this photo really quick here. When you are looking for places to put things, and you have something like a Simply Tidy cart or whatever kind of cart you have, you might be able to use small flat surfaces. I guess that's the key. So here's what I wanted to just share with you. The back, I'm going to just pop this photo on here for you. And it's way too big. So let me just take a second. That's it. That's what I did. So there's the back. I took a photo before I stuck them all on because I'm like, oh, you guys might want to know. So do you see the 2 tall command strips from here? So I used 2 of these big ones on the top and then 1 of the little ones horizontally on the bottom, and worked like a charm. What's the beauty of command strips? What's the beauty, number 1, of Velcro is that you can tweak it. If you don't get it on quite straight, you can just take it off and push it on again. The beauty of command strips, number 2, is that it's all removable. And if you do it right, command, you're supposed to pull to remove it. You're supposed to pull ever so slowly on those bottom tabs. And if you can do that, there's no damage. So if I decided I don't want them on my cart anymore, I can just take them off. That's the best part, right? And you could try something else. Okay. So, ta-da! That's it. Okay. And welcome. Is it Allie? A-L-E. Nice to see you. Yeah. Okay. Okay, I will take a look at my messages. I know. And thank you for being here. Okay, so we talked about paper, we talked about stamps and dies, and so once again, there's the side of my cart. Love my new way of putting in those ink storage. And then I want to talk about one other cute little addition. And we just mentioned Stampin' Storage, and I wanted to try. I don't think I've mentioned Stampin' Storage, this particular cube. I have a lot of Stampin' Storage for my punches, which I love, my punches, my border maker cartridges, but I wanted to try one of the cubes, and specifically, I wanted to try one of the painted cubes. And I have used it for a little while now, and I want to say that I like it. Okay, so let me get rid of this photo here. And in fact, let's see, you could probably see it right there. So it's right here. And that photo that I was just sharing with you, again, storing my inks horizontally. So is it this one? Nope, we'll get to that next. Okay, storing my inks horizontally. So this is where I have my other distress, my non-oxide distress inks, my little archival rectangle inks, and then I wanted to mention I'm just starting to use this system. My sweet friend Kylie, we think a lot alike, was like, Lauren, I found this great new, I'm going to pull it out for you. This great new organizer. How many of you guys like to, kind of ink the sides of your paper? Like some of us, to give that kind of distress look or whatever. Or if you're a card maker, right? This is what you know about the little blenders, right? And so, especially with the inks, what you usually do is buy a whole lot of these little blender tops, and then you can stick them on the holder. I'm butchering this all up, right? And then actually you can see, so you just get the ink on it and you can ink the sides of paper, cards, whatever, do a lot of your ink work. So Kylie said that, and I did link this. I found one here in the US. Kylie's in Australia, but she goes, oh, Lauren, I love this. And so she turned me on to this. I just started it, but she loves the oxides also. So she has each one of these little doodads labeled with her distress oxide color. And then when you're done, you can just take that blending top off and store it in this cute little embellishment. So do I have anybody who does this? Anybody? If you're a stamper, you guys know what I'm talking about, right? So it's this cute little tray. My goal is to be like Kylie and then have all of these labeled. So then if I just want that blending tool, grab the color I need, use the ink pad, and I'm ready to go. So another fun favorite find, and that fits perfectly in my Stampin' Storage cube. These are customizable, so you can get itty bitty little drawers. These are the medium-sized drawers, and then there's large drawers, and you can mix it up. You can have, 2 like small drawers, 2 medium drawers, and maybe 2 big drawers or something like that. Cindy, I knew you should talk about, right, Cindy? Yes. I mean, because you could do, these are close to my heart inks, which I also love. Love my inks. And so you can do that with the blenders. Love it. Okay, good. Someone else. Last, what I want to wrap up with, because we've kind of talked about a lot of different stuff, but another favorite find. We talked about paper. We talked about, let me go back, systems, paper system, stamp and die system, ink. I just shared inks, one of my favorite ink systems. And I also want to share my embellishments and kind of other faves. Some other faves. I've been kind of sharing some of my other faves already. Okay. Jewelry section of Michael's. Yeah, so those are cute. I love it. It fits those little stamp blender tops perfectly. So I love it. Okay, let's go back to horizontal versus vertical. So this is when I left the sticker on here. I designed cabinet bin. Let me see which size this is. 8 by 10 by 5. So this is an 8 by 10 by 5. I designed cabinet bin. These also fit beautifully on the Michaels carts. And I talked again, you're going to go, Lauren, you just changed your mind again. Yes, I just changed my mind again. I talked previously about having these pockets in the Creative Memories 5x7 case, and I loved it until I started wanting to dig in this all the time for my color embellishments and decided I didn't want a lid. So I have now repurposed my 5x7 Creative Memories boxes, still with the same system, but now my super bumpy bling, like the pearls and gems, that basically I don't use these in scrapbooking. These are more for card making. I've got a whole bin here of bumpy, shiny things for card making. So I don't do that as much. So that to me worked better to have a lid. So I still love the 5x7 lids. and that it holds all these pockets, which, I mean, this is probably one of my favorite finds, these pockets. And then the other one that I've repurposed, so I had this in here, and then I'll share how I did embellishments. Remember, so if you are a card maker and you get kits, like there are, leftovers, or maybe you didn't finish making a kit, I love putting those in these 5x7 boxes. And again, in the CM 5x7 box. Iris also makes a box like this. And then again, I had all these leftovers from my card kits, and I had sentiments. Do these look familiar? Like from leftovers. I could not figure out what to do with all my leftovers from card kits. And now I have them in, again, one of my favorite organizers. And so these two boxes now are for card making for me, different than scrapbooking, but the same organizer. And again, I put some up on my Amazon shop. They sold out. I resourced it, ordered it in. I love these. They come in a pack of 30 something. How many? 35 pieces. But basically, I'll show you. They're well, these are full, but you can see they are the stamp and die storage bags. Now, if you want, you can also order these with magnets in them. I prefer my vinyl pouches for my dies. That's just my personal preference. But you can also use these pockets for stamp and die storage. Again, it's a two-thing process because you have to lift the flip, and now this is horizontal rather than this is vertical storage. So your choice, right? Or this one, I should say, for dies. And people use these for stamps too. So maybe that's more your thing. I love these for embellishments. They're my absolute favorite. So now all my scrapbooking embellishments, I had to get, another thing is I outgrew those 5x7 bins. These will hold more. So I have my epoxy dots. I know I've showed you this before. Different ones. Put the 5x7 piece of cardstock in it, and now you have two pockets, two sides to each pouch, right? Two sides to each pouch. And these are working so much better for me because I can just reach in here and say, oh, what do I have that's green? That one doesn't have anything on the back. What do I have in enamel dots that's green? They're right here. What do I have in laser leaves? Right here. What do I have in other green? So these are color bins, but now they are embellishment color bins. Yellow. So there's my flowers. You guys get the picture. I love organizing in these little pouches. It's really, really easy to find things this way. So now I have things that I will scrapbook with in an open top bin, and it does give me a little bit more room to go all the colors, but I did have to expand into two of these because those are like Roy G. Biv colors, and then we have you know, sparkles and things. And this is also a perfect place to put die cuts. This one you can see I labeled tickets. So if I have extras for my die cuts, they go in here too. But these are some of my neutrals, all these different things. Okay, so here's another one. That was a blend and bloom. It didn't really go with anything, so it went in a pocket. And so I do have kind of like a multicolor section back here too. This one. Sometimes I also put things in here that I want to remember to use. This is a blast from the past. Candy Shop. Do you guys remember that one? Multicolor. So what I'm hoping to do, I wanted to get my, what are they called? Comic book. Same thing. The comic book dividers. So now I'm going to use that same divider. I just ordered a whole nother pack and they haven't come in yet. I'm going to cut it down so now I'll be able to make sections for my open top bin with this divider as well. Okay, so love the comic book, and like I said, they're plastic, so they're just so easy to cut into whatever shape you need a divider for. And it has this nice big tab at the top that is perfect for adding a label. Okay, one other thing. So perfect, these storage bins, if you have your shapes. So a lot of you I know are getting super thrilled that I've now put these shapes in my shop. And when you get a larger collection, you know, you can store your shapes in the 5x7 cases, which I love. Again, a favorite find, the neutral layering shapes. And then I have white. So I have white and neutral in my boxes because I have the most of those. But just remember, you can also use these pockets if you don't have a whole stash or don't have the space for a box. These pockets are perfect for the layering shapes as well. One other little tidbit I'll say, so I did a lot of research on trying to find a good sleeve that I can ship these to you in. And so I have now started switching over. You're going to get some of your die cut shapes in these little CD pouches. So just another aside, if you don't have this system or don't have a place to put it, all my layering shapes will, as soon as I ship through the other pouches I have, you're going to get them in these little CD sleeves, which this is another, I love these for organizing in my craft room too. And just know that that's happening. So some of them will be shipping in these little CD holder plastic sleeves, and some will be shipping in the little zip, like little cellophane bags. But this way you can reuse these. And I'm always big on reusing, so I'm switching. Just an FYI. Okay. That was a lot. So that was the last little, those two bins, just so you can see it better, sit on my cart. And again, they're open. I plan on putting those comic book dividers in there so I can categorize them for different, colors and different things, what I need in there, and different categories. So I love those comic book dividers, always. Okay, I think I did everything that I needed to talk about today. Was that enough favorite finds for you? I have more. Of course, I always have more favorite finds, but just to talk about the biggies: paper, stamps and dies, ink, and some of those other favorite finds. And as I mentioned, you can find those on my Amazon shop, as well as, I will keep updating my website and different things in there. Okay. Did I miss any questions? Love those two. Perfect storage for, yeah. Susan says, yeah, I really, both of these are great. Oops. I had a little, these are kind of fun because if you do need to keep them tucked in something, they do have the little flap on the pockets, these pockets, stamp and die storage bags that I have linked. So I hope that helps. I love trying out a lot of different things. And, I think part of the fun of this community is just going, what did you use? What do you use? What works? What have you tried? What are you doing differently? How can you do that differently? And, oh, where are the dies that I buy posted? Okay, let me share that with you, Mary. So let me do a screen share. Just once again, the resources I have for you on my website is kind of my holding place for a lot of things. So at craftsomejoy.com, on the landing page, once again, you can find all the info about the Paper Crafters Summit. And just remember, if you want the upgrade, it's $39 only for the first 30 minutes. And then it goes up after that. Here's a post of all the different speakers. And if you do get the VIP pass, you get access right away to the videos, just so you know about that. But you can always watch for free. That is on my homepage. And then the tab right here that says shop has the drop-down menu. And so the drop-down menu has my Scrap Some Joy shop. And I am doing something a little differently now where if you come and shop at my Scrap Some Joy shop, I have products that you can add to your cart for free, and that'll change every quarter. So this is the Q2 sketch booklet and the Baked with Love paper pack, and you can see that you can add those to your cart with your order. So just wanted to make sure you're aware of that. That's something new I'm trying this quarter. Before, I would always just drop little gifts in your boxes, and you guys have seen that if you've ordered from my shop. You get something. I always have to throw something for, fun in your box. But I thought, now I'm going to actually let you pick. And so just keep an eye out. This is probably going to change. I'm going to have some other sketches that you can choose. that I have in my stash, and it's just a better way of me giving you an idea of what I have and not just throwing something in there that um, I think you might like. This way you get to say, yes, I want it. Okay, so just wanted to make sure you knew about that. And then the third row down here is shop my favorite things on Amazon. And on Amazon, there's two ways. So you can have this pink button. If you click on this, this takes you directly to my shop, my Amazon. It's not, I don't physically put these things on here to sell. I just say, these are the things I like and that I've purchased myself. In fact, you can see I even have more in my cart right now. I thought, oh, if you want to get the command strips, I added those in there. So when I talk about something, I try to make it easy. You can go search for that. This is the favorite punches and dies. I had a lot of people ask about doily dies and what are things that I have in my collection. I love Elizabeth Craft. I love the tabs. The Sizzix is a very good quality. Waffle Flower is a good quality die. Momenta, I love some of their alphabets. And of course, Lawn Fawn, Concord at Ninth. I mean, there's just great different, you can see I love my alphabets here. Layering pieces. I have to give a shout out to the Tim Holtz. Which one is it? I want to share. Like the collector edition. There's like a whole series of these. I love those dies. Those are fun. And again, just alphabets, different shapes, different things. So, and then at the bottom, of course, I have the punches that I'd had on here. So, EK Success makes a great punch. Punch Bunch makes a great punch. So those are just kind of different ones that you could, if you love your punches, you could add to your collection. So this is from my Amazon store, and then you can go to Craft Room Organization, or you could go to Printing and Cutting. So I try to keep these updated the most, but I do also have, there's the magnets I was talking about right here. Here's the stamp and die pockets I just shared with you. There's the pockets that I put all my embellishments in. So it's all on here. Even my stool, my chair, my Avery Ultra tabs, everything that I love is in here. And let me see, one other item was, oh, printing and cutting at home. So the Sizzix cutters, Canon's Crafter's printer, again, my favorites, all on there as well. Okay, so that is on my website, on the Shop My Favorites, shop on Amazon. And then I also have it on my actual website here too. And hey, look, this one actually, I see like this, I tried this, I don't like it. I like that tray that Kylie told me about. So I'll probably have to take this off. But there's the handles and different things. Okay, one other part on here, Storage Studios, that's the other one. Totally Tiffany and Storage Studios do that. And then Red River Paper, I just want to give a shout out. That Red River Paper, and also Stamp and Storage. I'm going to have this. I was thinking I need to kind of make that a little easier to find. Stamp and Storage and Red River Paper. Those are two other companies I really love. Red River for paper, and the Stamp and Storage for punch organization. And then my new little, I love that new little drawer unit that's already painted white for me. So I like that one too. Okay. Oh, and now Belinda says now they're saying they can be stored on the side. I think it's probably because there was such a big outroar that they were selling products that stored them on the side. So I don't know. I don't know. I love this little solution though. I feel better knowing, I mean, it always kind of worried me that the inks were, I guess the oxides maybe are not quite as bad as like your normal ink that might pool, but I love having them right here. So, command Velcro strips. Who knew, right? A great way to add things to other places. It doesn't have to be a wall. Okay. Yes, the magnet company is linked. It's Marietta Magnetics. So that is right on my Amazon page. Yeah. And yeah, you need something to keep the lid on. True, right? So that helps when they're horizontal as well. Okay. So yeah, Marietta Magnetics, that's my favorite. And you don't need the thick ones. You just the 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 thinner ones. These are the 50 pack 5x7, and they come out, I don't know, maybe like 70 cents a piece. They're not that expensive when you buy them in the 50 pack. And again, you don't need the super thick ones. These work great, the little thin ones. And I don't ever bother with the adhesive backed either anymore. I just get the plain Jane ones and stick them in those vinyl sleeves. Phew! I can't wait. I've got some of that stuff coming in today. So I've got comic book dividers. I had to reorder those. I had to reorder the vinyl sleeves. And what else did I had? Well, I just got my stamp organizers from Apostrophe Games. So I'm hoping this will be back in stock. If they don't, I want to get in touch with this company. Let me just say. So hopefully they'll have these back on Amazon. But if not, we're going to see if there's another way we can get those to you. But they are the awesome. I could not find them anywhere, anywhere. They're the only ones that I know that make them. Kind of like the sticker backing paper. When you find something, it's good. Okay. And margarita. Oh my goodness. Question. ¿Por qué sale que los magnes? My Spanish is not that great, but the magnetic is Marietta Magnetics for dies, and it is on Amazon. So on Amazon, I'll just do a quick little tour one more time on my website. The easiest way to find it. I mean, the link is here too in on the page or in the description, but on my website, you just go to shop craftssomejoy.com, shop my favorite things on Amazon, and then click the pink button. It takes you to my 3 lists. The first list is craft room organization, and here they are right here. So it's a 50 pack for 35 bucks. There you go. You can do the math. Okay. So those are now my new favorites. Those plus the vinyl pouches, which, let me see, where are the vinyl pouches? Here's the tray, Everything Mary large tray. Okay, did I pass it? Where are my vinyl pouches? Here's the comic book dividers, dry erase, Apostrophe Games. That's the company. Here they are. Retail merchandising signs. Right there. Vinyl envelopes. My favorite. Right there. Love those things. For stamps and dies. Okay. There you have it. Any other questions? Good. For the ideas. Yes, to help you craft with joy. Exactly, Susan. Okay, so if you have more questions, just let me know. Paper Crafters Get Organized Summit. Hopefully you can join us for free during the weekend, or you can join us anytime with the VIP pass. Let me know what your favorites are. What are your favorite finds? Am I missing something? Do I need to buy something? Please enable me. As well, as much as I can enable you to, I will. But the key, once again, I think, is finding the system that works for you, that you can turn to over and over and over again, that helps you put things away once you get them out. That to me is key. Finding the right system that gives you the tools you need, the supplies. All these good things are the supplies that help you create the system to put things away. And then you can find them. Put things away so that you can find them, or that you can be really happy when you see a bin. This brings me joy. When you see a bin that's full of some of your favorite things that you can easily grab and use and find that perfect thing to put on your scrapbook page or on your card or whatever craft you might be doing. So, okay. Thanks, friends. We went way long today, but I hope you have a wonderful Tuesday. I am up on Friday. We are going to do some Friday night scrapbooking together. So hopefully I will have some new things to share with you on Friday. I'm hoping some of my orders come in. And thank you all for shopping with me. I appreciate every one of you, and for being here today, just giving me those thumbs up. Love that. Thank you. And thank you for your positivity. I love it. Love having some time with you guys. Okay. So, Ruth, thank you. So have a wonderful rest of your evening, day, wherever you are. And hopefully I will see you on Friday for Friday night scrapbooking. Have a great day. And until then, let's craft some joy. Bye for now.